Welcome everybody. Welcome to MediumKim, new YouTube channel. Happy that you're here with me today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Today I would like to talk about one of my very favorite topics, and that is chakras, but this is a little beyond the basics, okay? And I know Susan Lynn had a wonderful, pretty recent, maybe a week or two, whole video devoted on the chakras, and I'm going to be covering some different things, so maybe you can put the information together. But the reason that I like chakras so much is that we can feel them easily. Most people can feel them with your own hands, and you know, we have the 7 basic chakras, but we also have like 144 all over the body, and some of them are in the palms. Right, we've got, and you can feel those very easily. You can feel yourself. So, but I'm going to teach you today how to clear your own chakras, which it's really, really important. Why you would want to, how to also integrate, have the chakras integrate, and also some grounding techniques after you do that. And share a story or two that I had when something that happened to me. A very powerful energy medicine story. So I'm so happy you're here. I have this new, well, it's not a new mug, but this is a reminder that the birds are out. It's springtime. I hope you're feeding the birds. Hope you put some water out there. I have a hummingbird feeder, soot cake feeder, thistle feeder, and just a mixed sunflower and I love birds, so and today I have this mug. I got this in Portland, Oregon from the New Seasons grocery store, which is, I miss that grocery store so much. I lived in Portland for 20 years. But this says, keeping my heart a place where the sparrows come to play. Oh, also notice, by the way, guys, I have new lighting and a microphone, so maybe this is better. I hope so. Okay, keeping my heart a place where the sparrows come to play. And you know how we can keep our heart better is keeping that heart chakra open and clear. All right, and a lot of the things that I am going to be talking about today, not everything, but a lot, comes from one of my very favorite teachers, Donna Eden, and she has this book out called Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. This came out, I want to say around 98 maybe. 99, and I have it signed by her. She says, you have beautiful violets and blues all around you, very healing spirit. And then I got it signed by her again, and a few years later. This book is well used. But you know, the thing is about energy medicine, you can read a book, but it's really important to practice on yourself, all right, or practice with anybody. I think you get more learning by experience than reading. So hopefully, I mean, it's nice to have the book knowledge. Yes, absolutely. But that's what we're going to practice or do. I'll teach you some things that you can practice for yourself today. And as I like to do my daily energy routine, I haven't done that on a video in a while. We'll just do just a few minutes of that. And I'm going to have to step back off if you want to join me. If you don't want to do it, go, fast forward about 2 or 3 minutes while we do our routine here. Okay, so I'm going to step back, and hopefully my dog won't be a problem, and I'm going to hopefully keep my microphone attached. It's only 6 feet away, so let's try this. Okay. Da-da. And I probably should have put my doggy up, but we will see how this goes. First thing we're going to do, and I'm not going to go into a lot of details. I'm just going to go quickly. What I would do if I have to do a quick tune-up, okay? So what I'm going to first is heaven rushing in, and heaven and connecting heaven and earth, and then stretching. We're stretching the spleen meridian. We're opening up in that big stretch. The reason we stretch is that way we can take in more. All right, you got to stretch. Remember, you can take in more if you've stretched it out. And now you're going to roll on down, and then you can figure 8 up. You can put your elephant trunk on. I haven't practiced my elephant, but I will. How about I do it? Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm sorry that's such a bad elephant call. But here, let's cross over. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay? Da-da, da-da, da-da. I'm doing my figure 8 as I'm doing it. And then this is a very common problem. that people are not crossed over. I feel like I'm crossed over already, but you'll know when you are. It'll click in for you. You'll know it. Now we'll do the belt flow, or just come around the belt. You can do the washer machine. That was what Yogananda would do. Okay, we're connecting bottom and top of the body, coming down off the feet, off the little toe. Other side. We're doing this is just a quick thing. All right, now the taps, the kidney, K27, thymus gland for healing, immune system, spleen for taking care of yourself here and integrating information and food, and here's for grounding, that stomach too, below the eyes. Now we're going to hook up, belly button, third eye, hook up. And now we're going to do the Celtic weave. This is the last thing we're going to do. Grounding to the earth. That chakra energy, we're activating the chakras in the hands, right by the ears. There's chakras in the ears too. Okay, pull it in. Exhale. Waist, ankles, and all roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, and all the way down the sides of the body. All done. All right, now we can sit down. Thank you. The more I do that, the better I feel. Now back to clearing the chakras, or working with the chakras. First of all, I'm going to look at my 7. We already know this. Everybody probably knows this already who's watching this channel. There's 7 main centers that most people see, and it's the rainbow color, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, violet, white. But actually, I want to say they're not always that color. You see the charts. That doesn't mean yours are that color, okay? Sometimes I see the heart as blue. Sometimes I see the heart as purple. And we have the auric field around us, and sometimes that life color, which is a color that stays with us our whole lifetime, that is kind of what leads us. Like if I'm a blue, I know my life color is blue, that's more like the mom, caretaker, nurse energy, right? And a lot of women probably are the blue. But then the purple people, for their life color, if there are a lot of purple and violets, they're more about the spiritual seeker, and maybe very much, I would just seekers, seekers of knowledge, okay? But there's a lot of different colors. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that right now, but what I'm saying is that's a life color versus your auric field can change, okay? And your chakras can also change a bit, but they are your history. Your chakras are important because they contain every emotion you've ever felt. And there's 7 layers we're talking about the 7 major chakras. There's 7 layers. There's also a chakra, below your feet, the earth star, and then the soul star above your head. So, really, but we're going to just focus on the 7 root, the first, second, the root, which is normally you think of as red for grounding to the tribe. The second chakra, orange, normally like in the uterus area, is it's about creativity, new beginnings. All right. Solar plexus is about the power to get your needs met. Heart, love and compassion. Throat is about speaking your truth. Third eye is about that inner knowledge, and then the heavenly connection, allowing, we're always connected to the heavens, but we can allow as much or as little as we want for that energy to come back and forth. Okay, so I know that I'm just kind of like touching over that. I want to really talk about how to clear that energy and how to test it first, okay? One of the things about the chakras is, like I said, we can feel it with our hands. So if I was working with somebody on a table, and my chakras are it is probably my very favorite thing to work with. And if I was to go to an energy medicine practitioner, I would most likely ask for my chakras to be cleared, to be worked on, because I feel like it's so important. If we don't have that kind of, if we're holding a lot of stuff, old grudge history in our chakras, it's kind of hard to go forward. So it really does make a difference in how we feel, what we're going to do in the world, yeah, all that. All right. So you can test the chakras. And by the way, there's 7 layers. So when we're working on the outer layer, which is what for the short time that you're going to be working on, probably for today, if you're going to do it today, or for yourself, you can do it for yourself or others. That's what I'm going to teach you, both ways. Okay. It's a great thing to do before you go to sleep. You'll have amazing dreams. I promise if you work even on one chakra before you go to sleep, it will change your dreams. Really, it's amazing. Okay, so again, you can test it with your hands. And when I say test it, you just can feel it. You move your hand over your third eye. I feel heat when I do that. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. Some people feel cool. All right. You can feel your throat. I feel that too. In your heart. So you can feel this on yourself or others. I mean, you can even on your hands. That's the easiest to feel. You rub your hands together and feel the ball. You know, we're making an energy ball here. I hope you can feel that with me. Okay, so we've got an energy ball. What do you want to do with this energy ball? Let's think about this. I want to turn it into light, sunlight, healing light, and I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it to somebody I know. I'm going to send it right now. I'm just going to send it to her. She's far away in another state, but I'm sending that energy over here. All right. So again, you can feel it with your hands. That's one way. Another way is with a pendulum. You can test your chakras with a pendulum. This is I like this one. I'll test mine right now. We'll see how it goes. I already know where I'm weak, where I usually am weak. But so I know normally my third eye is pretty good. Yeah, see how it's spinning a lot? I'm trying not to move my arm. My third eye is good. And it's weird on my crown, which I know I'm very open to spirit, but it's not, something was funny about, it's moving a bit. Okay. But I kind of wonder if I go higher. It's better if I go higher for some reason. I'm like, well, I don't know right now. Okay, let's try my throat. This is usually my weak area. It's moving some. You know, and if you don't have a pendulum, you can use a tea bag. You can use a piece of jewelry if it's not too heavy. Like this would maybe work. And then I'll try my throat here, my heart. So I already know where I'm weak. Usually it's my throat. Even though I'm very open to the heavens, but I don't know why it's not spinning so good for me up there. Maybe somebody can answer that for me. Okay, so that's one way to test. If you don't get a lot of energy when you're doing your the pendulum, if it's still, I'm trying to make it really still. Well, if it's very still, then your chakra needs work. You want it to be moving. Now, I'm not saying that the chakras ever totally don't move, but the energy would be stagnant enough that it would not move a pendulum, okay? Because I think they always move some, all right? So when you're testing, you're going through and you're testing, then you know that to focus on the ones that are showing through the pendulum or through your hands as you're either not feeling anything. And some people will see the chakras, right? Some people will see vortexes of energy. And when I was really practiced and in doing it a lot, I could hear the chakras. I would put my ear down. I could hear like a and the chakras. When I clear the chakras, I have a lot of visions as well when I'm actually working on a chakra. And I'll tell you about those in a second. Okay, so we have the hand you can test. You can also test with a pendulum. You can also energy test. Now, energy testing requires you to know a little bit about energy testing. And then there's some, in this book, there's a few energy testing techniques for the chakras. She does it in a way like, I don't know if I can show you, but you put your arms together like this. Somebody else pulls your arms apart. You tap and try to pull the arms apart. I personally don't use that technique, but you can also tap an energy test this way. There's lots of energy tests. You know, there's a general energy test. I'll do a whole video on energy testing, but there's a lot of ways to energy test. So you can also just tap it twice and energy test. That's another way you can check the chakra if it needs work, okay? And there's very few people that have perfect chakras all the time. I mean, I'm not sure I've ever met anybody, honestly. And we tend to have this same, it tends to be a chronic thing, okay? And once you get to know your own energies, you know what that will be. And unfortunately, I hope that's not like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I know that, certain things I had 10, 20 years ago, I'm wondering if I'm just saying, well, I know that's what I'm going to have, and that's why I have it. I don't know that for sure, but it does seem to be showing up today as well. Let's see here. So we're talking about clearing. Some of the ways to clear. One way, an easy way, but I'm not sure how effective it is, and it doesn't take any intuition at all. It just takes, you can get one of these kind of crystals, one of these, it's a piece of glass, and this is only about an inch. If I put my finger, you can see about how big it is. And so you can spin it. I'm spinning the crystal in and out over the chakra, and also circling. If I was lying down, it's even better. Personally, I know practitioners who do this. I personally don't do this method, but I know people do. I feel for me, I like to use my hands because it's almost like your hands are reading the energy, and I can't read the energy if I'm doing this. All this does is it just moving around, and I know it is probably making the outer layer of that chakra open, but I don't know what's happening besides that. Okay, so I personally like to use my hands when I do it, and I will share a story that I know this is powerful stuff, very powerful. So when I was in training, this was about, around 2002 or 3 or something, I was in Santa Fe this is one of these Donna Eden 5-day workshops that she does, that she used to do. Now they don't do these because of the COVID, but we were in Santa Fe, and we had one day devoted to chakras. And well, actually, the whole 5 days was magical for me. The first night, I had visions of Jesus. This was actually pretty special. He came in my dream time, early morning, like around 5. He showed as I'd say it's more than a dream. It was more like a vision. He appeared in a white robe. He had a gold sash. He had the beautiful gold sun behind him, and he had somebody lying down in front of him. And he put his hands under their head, and he said, "Do this. This is what I did." And I know he was doing energy medicine, and that's what I was there for. He was giving me like the okay. What we're doing is like what he did. I mean, I know, there's not even a comparison about what he did, but maybe the beginning baby stage of what he did. So anyway, that was a powerful moment. During the workshop, I kept seeing Jesus and Mary appear. I mean, spirits that I could see with my eyes open that were kind of translucent, but they were popping up. I was in a big ballroom of about 300 people, but they were popping up all over the ballroom. It was, that was special. I just took it like, whoa, they're here. And then I have seen, by the way, Mary come quite a bit with any kind of healing classes I've taken. So she's been there a lot. I actually see her a lot. Okay, I actually see Jesus a lot too. Depends on who I'm working with. Okay, so but I was going to tell you, when I had my chakras cleared, that during that workshop, and I had a young man when we were partnered, and we were doing this clearing technique that basically it's a very simple technique. I'm going to go over it with you in just a second. But when he finished, I was seeing so many colors. The whole room was vibrating. Everything was vibrating. I couldn't even see past the colors to see the faces I was looking at. I couldn't tell if it was my color or their color, and it was mostly this magenta color. Mostly. Everything was magenta, and seriously, I could barely see. It was like looking at a fog of magenta. It was that much, all right? And it was also, I felt amazing, right? I had my chakras cleared. I was like, whoa, and everything is I mean, really, you could feel the vibration of everything. And another thing that I know I had happen during that, right after that, is I had a light coming out of a beam of light. They call it beams. Donna Eden says it's common. I'd never experienced it, but she had known about it. But the beams of light coming out the third eye, out the top and the back of the third eye. But I mainly noticed because when I moved my head, it was like a spotlight. It was lighting up the room, way far away, the ballroom, and it would move. And I would move my head and it would move. The spotlight would move. That's how powerful. That's like ballroom's a big room. It was powerful. Plus, then the next day when I stopped seeing the colors, everything was still vibrating though. Every object, the book I was looking at, I could feel it. It's like I could see energy in every object. So that tells me, it proved to me that everything has energy. We just don't always see it. Okay, it was so powerful. All right, so now, the way to clear your own or somebody else's chakras. You can do it, if you're doing it for yourself, you can do it sitting or lying down. And you probably want to be in a relaxed place, maybe before sleep. And if somebody is, if you're working on somebody else, they're lying down. And, Isabella, sorry, my dog is doing something. And I'm gonna spray her with a little Metatron spray. Yeah, she's trying to dig something. Okay, Metatron, thank you Metatron for being here. All right, in the form of a spray. Okay, so think of the chakras. They can spin clockwise or counterclockwise. And when you're clearing, you can use either hand. I tend to use my left hand, which is my receiving hand. The receiving hand, to me, pulls the energy a little more. Donna Eden says it doesn't matter. She doesn't feel like it makes any difference, but I just know for me, maybe it's just my own personal preference. I think a lot of people also feel the same as I do on that. But, okay, so you want to go counterclockwise when you're clearing. So you're using your either hand, but I tend to use my left hand. And so when you're looking at the body, you're going counterclockwise. So probably for you this looks like clockwise, I'm guessing. But for me, when I'm doing it to myself, I'm going, okay, so to the left. I'm going to the left as I'm doing, so I'm over the chakras. So let's just do the heart here. Or I can do the throat, that seems easier to see. And you want to be about 4 inches away, and we're catching. What we're doing is catching the energy with our hands, with our other chakra. We're catching it. And so we have to go slow. We're slowly circling in a counterclockwise direction. And you're just picking up the energy, and once you pick it up, you're just noticing, you're noticing that you're picking it up. And as you do this is when I find I'm tuning in to maybe past things that have happened. And the longer you stay, the deeper you go. Remember and I would suggest if you're doing this, maybe do it for about 2 to 3 minutes on a counterclockwise direction. All we're doing is clearing. We're just like cleaning. We're cleaning house. So here on the throat, we're about times when I haven't been able to speak, right? And I'm just clearing. I'm using the palm of my hand, but some people, you can use your fingertips as well. And just clearing and clearing. Now, when I've worked on, sometimes I see animals in chakras. I will see gnomes in chakras. I will hear Jesus. I will hear messages. I can sometimes hear the chakra itself. You can also feel what was there. You can get feelings of past information. Remember, this has been here all your life. The chakras hold everything that's ever happened, all your memories. The ones related to maybe speaking your truth would show up here, okay? So, and if you were doing this with somebody, you could start with the root chakra and go up each chakra. And do it 3 minutes each. Or you can pick 1 or 2 chakras that need it the most. If you're doing it for yourself, your hand might get a little tired. You can see how that feels for you. That's why it's nice to have somebody else doing it, because they're standing over you. The weight of the hand is not as tiring if you're doing it on somebody else, right? So experiment with it. You can have a child do this. It doesn't take special training. Just keeping it nice and slow, counterclockwise. 3 minutes one way, and then with the other hand, I do the other hand, and I go about 1 minute to the clockwise direction. And this is about just kind of bringing in new light, sealing in anything that, bringing in new, because we cleared out some old, right? We want to bring in new light. I always imagine golden white light as I'm doing this. Just all we're doing is just sealing it up and bringing in fresh light. Again, I'm going a little fast. I want to go slow. Imagine. And also when I do this, I feel like sometimes I have to flick off the energy. If you feel like you get a lot of energy, sometimes I blow it. Or I do this, like that, right? Sometimes I even have one hand clearing, the other hand I'm taking it down to the earth. It's coming through me, and I'm taking that energy down to the earth. I don't know if you can't see this. One hand is away, one hand is over the chakra. I do this. This is more of a healing touch technique that we learned. Healing touch is a nursing touch therapy. Okay. And then when I go with the right side, when I'm doing clockwise, I will sometimes bring in the healing from the heavens, like this, coming in and out, like that, okay? But I have had magical stuff. It helps also to verbalize what's happening, like talking to the chakra. I hear you, I see you, I feel you, I notice this is happening. Or sometimes I hear something else. I've seen if somebody loves animals, for instance, and they love animals, so they might have a lot of animals in their heart chakra. Well, what I've seen happen is when I go into work on that chakra, I see the animals leave, they scatter, and they let me work on it, and then they come back as soon as I'm done. Awesome. Yes. Okay. What else now about the chakras that oh yes, on the crown, when you get to the crown, for men, I know everybody doesn't believe this, but according to Donna Eden, who sees energy probably better than anybody in the world, she sees every single meridian, she sees the chakra, she sees the electric field, she sees the grounding cord, she sees the diamond inlay, she sees the Celtic weave. Did I say electrics? She sees all of that. She can tell if you had what you had for dinner, pretty much. She's amazing. Okay, but she says now on the crown chakra for men, it's opposite. Okay, so for women, you're going counterclockwise each one, and then to clear and clockwise to bring in the new. Okay, on men, you go clockwise to clear, and then counterclockwise to bring in the new. Okay, it's the way that men ground. They ground different because they're more, usually they tend to be more grounded to the heavens, and women tend to be more earth. This just the energy, the way the energies are for men and women are a little different. All right, so let me just see if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, I have noticed that when I talk to the chakras, they clear better. or when I ask for help. If I'm feeling Jesus and I'm working on a chakra, I ask Jesus, can you please help me clear this? And boom, it will be healed. I promise you, it is amazing how much quicker it goes when you verbalize what you're doing with the spirit world and working on the chakras. It helps. Okay. So we worked on how to test, how to clear, and now we want to connect each chakra, because chakras need to be connected together. There's a couple of ways you can do this. One is you can hold the chakras. You can hold, like, say, the third eye. You can hold the heart together as you're going to sleep. A lot of people hold the heart and the second chakra together, the sacral chakra. Okay, so you can, and you can mix and match how you want to do that. Crown and third eye and throat. You can do it that way and going all the way down. Another way I'm going to stand up and show you is a quick and easy way to clear the chakras. To integrate. Okay, it's important that they're integrated and they work together, because it is a living energy field and you want them to work together. You don't want them just one by itself, right? Okay, so I'm going to stand up and show you. Okay, now, let's see here. What I'm going to do, I'm putting my hands kind of in a prayer, like that, but I have a V right there. And I'm going to actually, so I'll start here. On the top of my head, the thumbs on my crown chakra, the fingertips are together. And I'm just taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more time, deep breath in. We're going to move on the thumbs down to the third eye. Deep breath in. Now we're skipping the throat. Exhale, move to the heart. Deep breath in. And now exhale, move to the solar plexus. Breath in. And now we're going to take the fingertips to the second chakra here. Okay, breath in. And we're going to pull that energy down, all the way down off the sides of our feet, and coming back up together. And I do some tapping on the spleen. So again, thumbs on the top of the head. Breath in. One more time, breath in to the third eye. Breath in. Skip the throat to the heart. Breath in. Solar plexus. Breath in. Makey diamond. Breath in. And take it all the way down. Now basically they are integrated. The chakras are integrated. Okay. And now, after you've cleared, you've tested, you've cleared, you integrate, now you want to ground. Because if your energies aren't grounded to Mother Earth, they can fly away easier, when whatever you just did may dissolve very fast or may not even go in. So you want to make sure you're grounded. Two ways I like to do that. I like to that hook up again, the belly button, and with some of the fingers in the belly button, the other finger. This is very good for all the chakras and the auric field. And another way you can ground, of course, everybody knows this. This is not new information. You can imagine the roots going from your feet and your tailbone all the way to Mother Earth. You can use the red ray or the pink ray to go down. Sometimes the red ray may be too strong for some people, so I would offer the pink. The red ray would be strong if you've had a lot of power issues in your life. And maybe it causes a little bit of PTSD, thinking about power issues. Use the pink ray going down to Mother Earth. So either way, grounding right there. And I just want to say, as you're grounding here, I feel like my guides are coming in to say, hey, what a good job, you guys, and to encourage you to do this in a sacred way and in a joyful way, with joy, right? To bring more joy into your life. Don't make this too hard. And they're just really emphasizing the idea of bringing light into your body and light into the chakras to help clear. Thank you. And I also want to say, I need to do a part 2, because this is getting a little long, a part 2 of other little things with the chakras that we can talk about. So I hope that is helpful to you. I hope you get to try it. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear questions. And if you were able to see what I was doing, and if you've ever done this before. All right. So please like, share, and subscribe. It's important so YouTube can find me. And as I told you, I am trying to have a community here of like-minded people and offer you some resources to help yourself in this complicated world in which we live. Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.